Welcome back to another Microsoft Flight Sim news video. In today's video I'm talking about the Fenix Sim A320 with some new progress we've got from the team over there regarding their cockpit and how awesome it looks. The PMDG 737 coming very close to entering beta, which by the looks of it means it will be coming very soon. The INI builds, Airbus A310-300 and a little teaser we got on their Discord. Not too much to talk about, but it's nice to hear that project's still alive. And indeed the freeware A320 NX and how they've added a fantastic feature that is almost a requirement for VATSIM flights nowadays, the holding pattern. 3 payware aircraft, 1 freeware aircraft, a lot to talk about, but now let's get right into it. So the Fenix team have further previewed some more shots from inside the cockpit, and my goodness, does it look absolutely incredible. If I'm being completely honest, I cannot trace my memory back to an aircraft that's looked so realistic in any simulator before. I mean, this has got to be top right up there. They are nailing the slightly used, slightly worn look of this aircraft. I mean, just look on this photo. Well, I say photo, it's a screenshot, but you know, it could certainly be a photo. Look at all the kind of indents where people have been pressing the button, chipped away around the auto brake, the smudges near the clock. You know, it is absolutely incredible. Lighting looks very nice as well. It's obviously on the ground because there's quite a bit of shadow in here, by the looks of it anyway. Now moving down to the MCDU, or McDo as a lot of people call it, you can start to see that it is a simulator. I don't think this one looks as realistic as the previous screenshot, but nonetheless it does look incredible. You know, you're getting that really macro feeling, you're getting close up. Probably not something you'd notice too close in real life anyway. But just being this close shows us the attention to detail they're putting in here. A look at the autopilot panel now, or mode control panel. You can see, yes, we've got those nice smudges and kind of not really fingerprint marks, but marks on all the buttons and knobs around here. You know, it looks fantastic, really good. Of course we are paying for this, so you'd expect nothing less, but the fact that they said this will be a study level product, I know that term is thrown around a lot lately. Being honest, it could be one of the most realistic aircraft we've ever seen for any simulator. It is absolutely fantastic. These 3 shots were off their Discord. I do recommend you take a look, so I've put the link in the description. A few weeks ago we took a look at the Fenix A310, the breaking of the DROUGHT video, which was kind of an external walk around in the rain, and that was absolutely awesome, and I probably have previewed some on the screen in this video. Now we move over to PMDG with their 737. Robert Radazzo on the forum saying the wait is nearly over. Now this was a slightly smaller development update than normal, but completely made up for that. Robert says that the 737 is now flying complete flight stages, i.e. cold and dark startup to shutdown, takeoff, landing, cruise, all in between, and he says it's flying well. Primary focus over the last few weeks has been continued refinement of the heads-up guidance system, more work on the flight model, and further refinement of auto flight control laws, as well as a few other things. We do get a few screenshots. Well, actually in this update we only get 1 screenshot, but I've got to be honest, that's not the main thing we'll be talking about here. The fact he says at the end that the wait is nearly over means that this aircraft is progressing well, and hopefully we'll see it very soon. In addition to that, he says he's begun to work on some video segments, and I know everyone cannot wait for them. That's going to be awesome. Excitingly as well is that he's also said he's got a projected release date on the calendar, but he's not too comfortable about giving that away just yet, purely because, and I quote, it would create the sort of bad karma that could cause a lengthy delay. Robert, you know, I can hear you, man, I can hear you. Sometimes just keeping quiet is the best thing. Now I did speak about release date there, but we've also got a go-to beta date, so by the looks of it, the PMDG 737 next generation will be entering beta soon. We're all very excited for it. If you want to hear about pricing strategy, you can go on this video here, that explains it in further detail. Now we move over to our final payware aircraft of this video, the Unibuild's Airbus A310-300. Just a little update here, but an exciting one nonetheless. MJ on the Unibuild Simulations Discord said in a rather, I guess, ambiguous teaser that this month is going to be great for our Microsoft Flight Sim flyers. That is deliberately ambiguous. What could it mean? I personally don't think it means we'll be getting this aircraft just yet, but we may be seeing it in beta, we may be getting some videos out on YouTube, you know, it could mean a barrel of things. But I'm going to go for the more realistic, maybe even pessimistic view, and say that this aircraft will not be coming out just yet, just from the screenshots we've got so far. We've got a close look at the prime flight display, where by the looks of it the aircraft's on the ground, bearing in mind it's sitting at 0 knots. And then we've got another screenshot of the aircraft banking to the left in the air, with, I believe, autopilot on, but don't hold me to it. You know, it's rather hard to work out from this, so I might be completely wrong. Now, we haven't heard much from the Unibuild's team. This is the first thing we've heard in 2022. But they've consistently provided somewhat study-level airliners for X-Plane at a very affordable price. The Airbus Beluga comes to mind. And I think this cockpit shot does show that this aircraft is progressing well. I wouldn't say it's ready to be released yet, but it's getting there in my opinion anyway. Be sure you leave your thoughts down below. Now we move over to another update from the fly-by-wire team with their A320 NX. This is available on the fly-by-wire installer via the development version of the mod. This is kind of following on from their recent update with LNAV with the DME ARC support, DME standing for distance measuring equipment. Basically a curved route, which basically goes from a constant distance from a set nav aid, often a DME, hence the name. Anyway, from LNAV support being enabled for that now, we've now got something even more important. When you're flying into a busy airport, especially on the likes of VATSIM or IVAO, before this update you would have had to kind of fly it by hand. I found this so annoying, I'd mess it up, and at times it would even lead me to disconnecting from the network, because it's just so difficult to talk to ATC, prepare your approach and fly a holding pattern by hand. Maybe that's just me being, you know, an ungrateful pilot, not knowing how lucky I am that I don't have to fly it by hand, but I'm so glad the fly-by-wire team have added it. A fantastic YouTuber, EasyJetSimPilot, has provided a full tutorial online. I've put a link to that in the description. I think it explains it well, better than I ever could. Keep it up, fly-by-wire, you're doing an awesome job. Remember that you're getting this for free, so anything is always very nice. From me today, that is all. I'll see you around. Have a fantastic day. Last thing I want to say is a big thank you to my first class channel members. They get a shout out on the screen now. It means so much to have you guys on board. From me today, I'll see you around. Bye bye.